Hello.
Open your mouth, Emma.
When you see sort of clips from like the first one, the Philosopher's Stone, they're just so cute, aren't they? I'd forgotten they were like that.
It's so much fun. Rupert is incredibly funny. Emma's very funny. Me and Tom get on really well in real life. Matthew Lewis, who plays Neville, is really funny, and we're into the same kind of music and stuff, so it's just great fun. We talk about things. Stop putting your head up. You're cheating. We just have a laugh all the time.
캐스팅 비하에 대해서 알아볼까요? 우선 운명 같은 캐스팅 비하를 가진 다니엘부터 함께 보시죠.
I'm not somebody who particularly believes in fate and destiny and all those things, but my parents do. And so the final straw was the fact that I went to the theatre to see a production of Stones in His Pockets, and David Heyman and Steve Clovis, who adapted all but one of the books, happened to be sitting in the row in front.
You believe it?
And I was sat there for the whole time thinking, why is that man keep
Staring
looking
at me?
around
This is very creepy.
It was very creepy.
I need to phone someone.
It was very odd, and I remember at the interval, my mum and my dad both looking kind of quite intense about something. But you know, when as a kid you're aware that you're being purposely kept out of the loop, you know, for your own good kind of thing. And I remember we went up the stairs and out of the theatre, and then sort of hid behind a pillar. I seem to remember that it's some absurd notion that David Heyman and Steve Clovis were going to chase after us, you know, grab us.
And make you be a child actor.
And then there was some debate as to whether we would go back in for the second half, but I was really enjoying the play. Yeah, and so we went back in, and then the next day they kind of, my mum and dad sort of went, oh, well, maybe it is the God sort of trying to tell us something, you know.
But there were a lot of strange coincidences. And then they called me and said, we think we've found him. And then the first time I ever saw you was on screen in my sitting room at home. Because they sent me a video of you. And the curious thing is, and I'm like, I don't believe in fate and destiny.
Which is interesting because it comes up so much in the book.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you make your own.
Yeah.
But so I saw you on that audition tape, and it was, I don't think I've ever really told you that I found incredibly moving.
Oh, thank you so much.
And almost, I mean, it was incredibly moving. At that point, I didn't have a son.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, and I phoned David up, and I said, he's great, he's fantastic. And I did say to David, it was like watching my son on screen. Because after all, Harry feels like this ghostly son that I've had in my life.
롤링이 소설을 쓸 때 헤르미온느는 미운 오리 새끼 이미지로 예쁘지 않은 캐릭터로 설정했다고 합니다. 반면에 엠마는 너무 예뻤지만 성격이 너무 찰떡이라 캐스팅했다고 하네요.
But you know, to be honest, you and Rupert and Emma are all too good looking, frankly. You are, you know, the characters were geeky and you...
Did you know that was going to happen? Did you sort of think they might...
I'm not an idiot.
Yeah.
I did, particularly when do you know what? It was really lucky I spoke to Emma first on the phone before I met her, because I fell absolutely in love with her. She said to me, I've only ever acted in school drama plays before, and God, oh my God, I'm so nervous, I can't believe I got the part. And then she spoke for like 60 seconds at least without drawing breath, and I just said, Emma, you're perfect. And then when I met her, and she was this very beautiful, which she still is, of course, beautiful girl, I just kind of had to go, okay, it's film, you know, deal with it. I'm going to still see my gawky, geeky, ugly duckling Hermione in my mind, but...
Do you think that in a way we shot ourselves in the foot with things like that for then Emma's reveal in the fourth film, where she comes downstairs and there is supposed to have been this transformation?
Well, exactly.
Because we're all looking going, well, she was already a beautiful girl.
Yeah, big deal. Now she's a beautiful girl in a beautiful dress.
Yes.
And putting her in Fair Isle sweaters in the first film didn't make her ugly. Not that Hermione in the books is ever ugly, but it was quite a big deal for me that I had written, you know, a strong female character who was primarily about brain, and that she chose to become a little more groomed and glamorous as you know, us geeks do at a certain point in our lives. But I accepted it. Emma's a great actress, and I loved her as a person. And I felt there were so many connections between her and Hermione that did it matter that she was beautiful? Come on.
톰 펠튼은 악역이었지만 실제 그의 성격은 천사였다고 합니다. 롤링과 다니엘의 칭찬을 함께 들어보시죠.
No, because I remember the first day we met, I think, was when you came in and all the kids were there.
That's right, yeah.
I think, and you know, Tom
Yes.
Felton had his
Tom
Diablo
Felton had
thing.
his Diablo because he was, he showed my child, then very young, how to use it. And I was always I always had a real soft spot for Tom after that.
Brilliant.
And it was so ironic that we have this arch baddie and he's about the nicest. I mean, we keep saying everyone's nice, but the fact is they are. There were never any brats. There was never anyone objectionable. They were all just really nice people. But Tom is Tom's such a sweetheart.
He's a bit older than the rest of us as well,
Yeah.
and was when he was younger, and had done a bit more work.
Yeah.
Like, he'd done quite a few films.
Yeah.
And things.
And in his demeanour off set, that showed, I think. He was quite comfortable with being there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, he was so sweet. I do remember that day, all of you in the canteen looking around. It was spooky.
It is amazing.
I remember Devon, who plays Seamus, very vividly from that day. Because he really looks like I imagined.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was one of the ones they'd really cast someone who
Now, I
looked
think-
the way I'd imagined.
롤링은 네빌 역을 맡은 매튜가 어릴 땐 평범했는데 갑자기 너무 잘생겨져서 놀랐다고 합니다.
You know, they cast what they think is this plain-looking kid,
know,
and he grows
he's
up to be this
this
kind of rock god. We were at a script read-through, and I'm looking along, and I'm feeling all nostalgic. Oh, there they all are, Dan and Rupert and Emma. And then there's this big guy in leathers, a bit unshaven, and I thought, he's probably the guy they've got from McLagan. And I move on, and I think, no, he's Matthew. What happened to you? So that was weird, but
and also one of the coolest, most hard-working guys on that
guy.
set. Yeah.
I met him at the premiere for Half-Blood Prince, and I said, "There's some great stuff for Neville in," and he went, "I don't want to know." All right, sorry, just trying to liven up the conversation. There you are.
뭐든지 첫 시작은 낯설고 긴장되며 두렵지만 한편으로는 무척 설레기도 합니다. 여기 해리포터의 주인공을 맡은 10살의 엠마, 11살의 다니엘, 그리고 12살의 루퍼트가 있습니다. 다니엘은 한 편의 영화와 드라마에 출연했었지만 엠마와 루퍼트는 연기가 처음이었습니다.
I'd done a little bit of acting before, and Emma and Rupert have done nothing.
So I listened to him.
Yeah.
Walk in.
Never stepped on a film set in my life, never acted professionally before, and then you walk onto this enormous set with hundreds of crew.
It's not easy. I thought it would be so much easier. I thought it would be, sort of a couple of takes.
Good, Rupert. Okay. And background.
I remember being quite nervous from the first scene. None of us had really that experience when we first started, and it was quite a scary world to come into.
My first day I was in Gothland on location at the train station, and I was really nervous, but turned out it was quite cool.
Come on, Dan.
We all go to the other end of the platform. Dan,
Dan.
Rupert, please.
이들 중 누구도 앞으로 10년 동안 촬영이 계속될 거라곤 꿈에도 생각하지 못했다고 하죠.
In those days, I was just a kid who had no idea what she was doing.
I was proud I got a part, and it wasn't like I got the part of Harry Potter. It was like, I've got a part. I had no idea what I was getting into.
2000년 9월 29일은 영화 해리포터의 첫 촬영일이었습니다. 흥미롭게도 첫 촬영은 영화의 마지막 장면은 호그스미드 역 장면이었다고 합니다. 시골 마을인 고스랜드의 작은 기차역에서 촬영을 했는데 해리포터의 첫 촬영장 모습을 담으려고 파파라치들도 많았다고 하네요.
We filmed the last scene of the first film, the kids saying goodbye to Hagrid. It was incredibly exciting. I was like, oh my goodness, here we are.
165. Take one. A and B cameras, common mark. Set. Okay. And background action. Action.
A lot of what happened on that first day is a blur, but I remember getting to the set very, very early, probably an hour and a half before I had to be there, just so I could be more awake and more alert. I felt the earlier I got there, the better chance I had of creating some sort of magic in the scene.
언론의 관심이 대단해서 영화의 주인공을 맡은 다니엘을 향한 이목이 엄청났다고 합니다. 거기에 첫 촬영부터 수많은 엑스트라와 함께라서 더 긴장되었다고 하네요. 이때 원작에 나온 해리의 초록색 눈을 위해 렌즈를 착용했는데 알레르기 반응이 일어나 렌즈를 빼고 그 후 줄곧 다니엘의 원래 눈동자 색인 파란색으로 촬영을 했다고 합니다.
And when I saw Dan that first day, he was very nervous as well.
It was slightly nerve-wracking.
I was terrified, mainly because that day there were loads and loads of extras, and it was the prospect of them all knowing who I was, which was quite frightening. I'm like trying to blend in. Where is he?
Door. The door.
Oh, it was so long since we last reminded me.
Alright, once again, right away.
That first day, we were trying to get Dan's eyes to be green because that's what they are in the book, and Dan was wearing contact lenses. But he was allergic to them, and ultimately we made the decision to remove them. For the first day, we tried to work through it. So for the last scene, when he's saying goodbye to Hagrid, you can see that almost his eyes tearing and his eyes a little bit swollen.
Thanks, Hagrid.
And it feels like he's about to cry. He probably was, but he never complained, and we removed the contacts, and he's never had green eyes since.
당시 시드니 올림픽이 한창이었는데요. 다니엘은 제작자 데이빗과 영국이 메달을 몇 개 딸 거라는 올림픽에 관한 이야기도 하고 장난도 쳐가면서 첫 촬영을 즐기고 있는 것 같네요.
Mr. Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Camera! Ah!
What do you do, Cam? I'm from the press, exactly. How did you know?
He's unauthorized. I think we should throw him out.
Yeah. What?
Get back, do your stuff.
This is the real Harry, you say. This is this.
Imposter!
Oh, hold it, who's that?
Sam.
And what is he? Is he trying to be you?
That's it, that was me. That was me when Emma got very angry with me.
Okay, get back to work.
Okay then.
People need to pamper you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ask me some questions.
No, give me some answers.
Yes, I will.
So you know the English guy won the boxing today?
Yeah, it was cool. About 18...
You won 32-16. You won by a lot of points.
Did he win the gold?
No, it's not. He's going to play for the gold on Sunday, I think.
Well, at least he's guaranteed a silver.
Yep, it's good.
And we're guaranteed a silver in sailing as well. And we've won 2 golds in sailing as well.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
엠마도 굉장히 기분이 좋았던 것 같아요.
Miss Watson, this is your first day. How does it feel?
It feels absolutely fantastic.
Are you excited?
Very much so. Can't wait.
It's fun, no?
Yeah, it's great. It's so much.
I'm going to be walking around with this little camera a little bit.
Yeah, just... Are you going to put it in your diary?
Yeah, maybe in my diary, or maybe maybe we'll just keep it aside and for later use. We'll see.
Wow.
원작 소설과 다르게 엠마는 헤르미온느에 비해 너무 예뻤기 때문에 제작진들은 그녀를 못생기게 보이도록 나름 노력했다고 합니다. 그중 가장 신경을 많이 썼던 것이 헤르미온느의 뻐드렁니인데요. 촬영이 들어가기 전에 가짜 큰 앞니를 씌우고 여러 번 테스트했다고 합니다.
Can you turn towards me? Just towards me. And again, say, my name's Emma Watson.
My name's Emma Watson, playing the part of Hermione Granger, and I'm having a teeth test.
What test?
Teeth test. Teeth test.
Okay.
첫 촬영일도 마찬가지로 앞니 테스트를 했나 봅니다.
Hello, my name is Emma Watson, playing the part of Hermione Granger.
And say it again.
Hello, my name is Emma Watson, playing the part of Hermione Granger.
And this is what? Your normal teeth, yes?
Yeah, these are my normal teeth. I haven't got my buck teeth in.
And what did you do today?
I went to a sea life world. There were millions of fish and sharks.
Cool.
We saw otters and seals.
Will you turn in profile, please? Okay, smile. There we go. Okay, and that'll do. And which ones are these, Emma?
These are teeth number 3, and I think these are the best.
실제로 첫 촬영은 이빨을 끼고 촬영을 마쳤습니다.
In the book, Hermione has buck teeth. We were obsessed with making Emma more Hermione-like. So in the very first scene that we shot in the film, Emma is wearing fake teeth.
Feels strange to be going through, doesn't it?
But we realized after the first day of dailies that we could not do that for the entire course of the picture. And we were able to cut it in a way that you really can't tell, but they're there. If you look closely enough, she's wearing false teeth in that last scene to make her more Hermione-like.
Come on, Harry.
마법사의 돌 마지막 장면인 호그스미드 역에서 엠마의 앞니가 다소 커 보이는데 이는 그녀가 가짜 앞니를 끼우고 촬영해서입니다. 그러나 엠마가 발음하는데 불편해했고 그 후 촬영에서는 가짜 앞니를 제거했다고 합니다. 반면에 루퍼트는 다니엘과 엠마와 다르게 낯을 많이 가렸던 것 같네요. 머리핀을 낀 걸 보여주기 싫어서 부끄러워하고 데이빗과의 대화도 어색해하네요. 촬영장 비하인드를 보면 다니엘과 루퍼트의 성격은 영화와 반대인 것 같아요. 다니엘은 굉장히 하이텐션이고 루퍼트는 의외로 차분합니다.
No, never.
What?
Never mind.
Rather not be seen like this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he doesn't like the clip in his hair. Yeah. Clip in his hair.
Rupert, it's all part.
Excuse me.
Rupert, it's all part of the.
No,
Rupert, it's all part of the process.
No, I'm okay.
It's all part of the process. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Today's the first day.
Yeah.
Well, after all this preparation, finally happening.
해리포터의 제작 단계를 보면 캐스팅이 확정된 후로는 굉장히 속전속결입니다. 8월 9일에 셋이 모여 스크린 테스트를 하였고 이후 8월 23일에 언론 컨퍼런스를 열어 3명의 아역을 공개하죠. 그리고 고작 한 달 후에 영화 촬영에 돌입한 겁니다. 여러 오디션과 포토슛을 거쳐 드디어 맞이한 첫 촬영. 다니엘은 심장박동이 느껴질 정도로 떨린다고 말하네요.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous. This is awesome. You've already done it. How many days of work? Day
3. I'm still nervous. It's the first day.
It's not the first day.
The proper first day.
Yeah, the proper first day is meaningless. We spent so much money on the improper 3 days. So you're fine. I've been shooting for 3 days. You guys. Deep breathing. It's so much fun. It's like living a dream come true. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sure.
Oh my God. I'm not going to speak.
You guys.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, very. I'm like so totally nervous.
It's going to be great. It's going to be
Am I
fantastic.
supposed to have my teeth on?
We're going to try different.
No. These are my dad's teeth. These are my teeth.
Well, we'll look at them.
These are the
I'm
ones
here with them.
I grow my own teeth. These are the ones Emma grew herself.
Right, Emma,
You
do you
want
want to come
contact?
through, please?
Excellent. Do the sunglasses help with contacts?
Yeah, I'm going to take them off at the last minute.
Excellent. That's good. That's a good idea. Keep them on at all times. It's almost like you want to be down here over Hagrid, and then so we're making more of a definite move as Harry comes towards us up over.
On the first day of filming, it actually sunk in that I'm playing Harry Potter, and I realised, okay, this isn't a dream anymore. This is real life.
세 번째 촬영 날은 10월 3일로 영국 북부에 위치한 아니 캐슬에서 촬영했다고 합니다.
Okay, class, listen to me. Welcome to your first flying lesson. I want you to raise your hand over the broom.
For the flying lesson, I remember saying action, and half of the kids started performing. The other half of the kids are staring into space. We had to stop, and I said, you know, action means we start shooting. And I thought to myself, oh my, this is the beginning of a very long shoot.
So Peter, this is everybody's moving on action this time.
Rupert, go to your left. Other left.
I don't think any of the kids will disagree with me when I say that they were extremely inexperienced in terms of being on a film set and doing film acting.
마법사의 돌은 세트장을 만들 시간이 부족했기 때문에 야외 촬영이 많았다고 합니다. 비행 수업 장면을 촬영하는데 크레인을 사용했었네요. 생각보다 훨씬 위험해 보여서 깜짝 놀랐습니다. 아역의 캐스팅은 오픈 오디션으로 이루어졌기 때문에 연기 경력과는 별개로 아역 배우를 뽑았습니다. 이 때문에 많은 해리포터 팬인 아이들이 지원했고 연기 경력이 없는 매튜도 배역을 따낼 수 있었던 거죠.
We had to cast a lot of children for Harry Potter 1, and Chris and David were just as meticulous casting for students as the other roles. But actually, one of the great things was when we were auditioning, especially the children, you didn't have to explain any of the characters because they knew them better than I did.
I was just such a fan of the story. I wanted to dress up like a wizard and I wanted to go to Hogwarts, and I knew the best way to do that would be to get a part in the film. And it was nothing to do with my career at the time, it was just a little boy wanting to be in Harry Potter. When I first started, we shot a scene where Neville's broomstick takes off. And I'd read it in the script, but I don't know, I had no idea what to expect. You know, I'd never done anything like that in my life.
Hold on, let's start at the beginning, still rolling. Switch your hands. Matt, right. Remember to look to your right, look down, be really scared and hover.
To come and have stunt department put you in a harness and strap you to a broomstick, and then you're flying around on this roller coaster type thing.
Got?
And they call it work. It was brilliant.
엠마는 귀엽게 뱀파이어를 흉내냅니다. 제작자 데이비 테이머는 아이들의 눈높이에 맞춰 촬영하는데 편하게 만들어준 것 같아요. 보시면 알겠지만 굉장히 잘 놀아줍니다.
He's like, I'm the great vampire. There's nothing you can do to stop me. She's like strangling him. And then the guy, he just goes, it's really funny.
You do your best to be the vampire.
만난 지 2달도 안 되었고 실제 촬영으론 3일 차인데 삼총사는 중마골처럼 정말 가까워졌네요. 선후배가 뚜렷한 우리나라였다면 이런 분위기는 조금 힘들었을 것 같아요.
Hello.
Open your mouth, Emma. Zoom in on your teeth. Say hello, my name's Emma Watson.
Hello, my name's Emma Watson. Now turn to the side.
Go to
Say
Dan.
the same.
Dan, say, I can't look at you right now. I'm looking at the grass.
Grass is more important than camera. Go away.
Turn to Emma. What do you have to say, Emma? Okay, zoom back to Dan.
Back to Dan.
Dan, what do you have to say for yourself?
Told you to shut up.
Okay. What would you like to do if you had a magic power?
Kill you.
Okay. He meant Tanya, by the way, just for the camera.
No, meant Rupert.
No, he didn't. He didn't mean me. He didn't mean me. He meant Dan. 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 Do it, Dan. See how? Then you're gonna give us marks out of 10.
There.
Okay, cut.
Oops. He gets 7 or harder. He gets 9 or what?
I'll do it again. Right, I'll sit down because I'm a beginner. No, you don't get any marks for that. I was just practicing.
You failed. Timmy, he doesn't know how to do it. Could you teach him how you do it properly? Really, Timmy needs lessons. He doesn't know anything for he's got no education. And by the way, Dan is making horns on your head, like one of my cows. Dan? Oh, Dan, you look like one of my cows. No, you don't.
데이빗이 아이들에게 손등치기 게임을 가르쳐주고 이는 촬영장에서 대유행을 하게 되는데요. 손등이 빨개질 때까지 했다는데 이게 촬영을 하는 건지 노는 건지. 연기에 경험이 없는 다수의 아이들과 함께 촬영해서 이날은 정말 정신이 없었다고 합니다.
Go there, go forward more, because then I can't.
This is David given a lesson in slaps.
It's like you're slowing down.
And he's winning.
Go to the water. One. That is, yeah. No, you can do.
Come on, Dan.
You shouldn't have given me the techniques. You carry on filming. You shouldn't have given me the techniques, David. You'd be angry.
Dan is not a handyman.
You're being very nice not to hit me as hard as you could.
He built a fence and it fell down 10 seconds later. This is the commentator here. My name's Jamie Wade. I'm looking at Dave. He's looking at the gladiator, which is not very nice.
You giving a lesson in slaps.
Slaps. On the mask. Get it. Go. Ding, 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 ding. Round one. Hit.
Where are your fingers? Get your fingers.
Let's get it now.
Am I?
Sorry. Gotta get it back.
Oh, David, can I? Look, I want to punch his hand for the camera.
No, it's hers.
Yes! Yes! See that? Champion, hallelujah. That's mine. That's a free one slap. Yeah.
I didn't give you 5. Oh,
He just can't win. He's determined to win, but he just can't.
Another 5.
No,
Thank you.
Alright, rematch. I'm going first this time. Come on, back.
Can I just say something? I am a very competitive person. She will not lose.
She is competitive, isn't she?
And I'm not very good.
I know they are.
It didn't hurt because my hand was already. So this is Jamie commentating.
Yes, Jamie?
I'm Jamie. I'm the commentator of this slaps match. This is a very competitive match. You can see here. I'm only 3 slaps, and it's not good for the girls. People who are easily distressed, do not watch this show. You may turn over. If you're scared of her hair, just the pain goes on. I advise you do not want to enter this competition.
No, if he goes like this.
Sorry, please.
Emma!
I am the champion. I'll play you again. But this time I'm sorry.
But this time this is just a
I'm
challenge.
the judge. Alright, fine.
I am the champion. Who starts?
What? 2, 3, 4.
What's the video camera for?
Alright, shooting the plane. Please stay back.
I remember the first time when we went on location, I think it was to Annick, and we were awful. That's really what I've got to think. I mean, we were messing around all the time. You just imagine having a massive group of 11-year-old kids just running about, trying to keep them controlled, and just feel bad for all the people. They're trying to make a film, and we thought we were on a holiday camp. We were having a great time.
Alright, checking out.
첫 번째와 두 번째 영화는 아이들의 나이가 10대 초반이었고 연기를 기본부터 배워갔습니다. 워낙 어린 나이였기에 유치한 장난을 정말 많이 쳤는데요.
You saw nothing.
One of the hair ladies, Ethna, she had this tape machine, and you could write out what you want to say, and it would come out like a sticky tape kind of thing. And we put on one tape, "Kick me for £1.50," and we stuck it on the back of Robbie Coltrane's back. And then he found out, but no one knew it was us.
Robbie Coltrane had a very smart phone. And I'm very good with phones. I don't have one myself, but I've played with so many other people's phones that I've kind of picked up a lot of stuff. And I turned Robbie Coltrane's phone language into Turkish.
One time's in potion lesson with Snape, who was really scary. I was just doodling with my quill in the book. I drew this rather unpretty picture of Alan Rickman, and as I was drawing it, Alan Rickman was standing right behind me, and I was so scared.
The picture wasn't nice either. It was, I think I exaggerated a few of his features. I won't go into detail on that. But he was really cool about it. I think he even kept the pictures.
I made him sign it, and I have it in my possession. And I'm very fond of it.
촬영 8일차인 10월 10일에도 여전히 아니캐슬에서 촬영을 이어갔습니다. 해리가 올리버 우드에게 키디치 규칙을 배우는 장면을 촬영했었네요. 골든 스니치와 블러저가 CG였기 때문에 호공을 보며 촬영하는 모습이 재밌네요.
Up and then back down, back over here. You're going too far up that way. Okay, cut.
Everyone working on the film was committed to finding a way to make the material not only cinematic, but also a magical, faithful retelling of the first book.
Hand out, Dan. Freeze in that position. Sean, same with you. Don't move. And action!
촬영 11일 차인 10월 13일에는 스네이프가 마법사의 돌을 훔칠 거라고 생각한 삼총사가 맥고너글에게 이를 말하는 장면으로 이 역시 스튜디오가 아닌 실제 장소인 던햄 대성당에서 촬영했습니다.
Shooting now.
Professor Dumbledore, immediately.
I'm afraid Professor Dumbledore is not here. He received an urgent owl from the Ministry of Magic and left immediately for London.
This is important. This is about the Sorcerer's Stone. Just a little faster. Head up, eyes wider. She's just told you he's gone. Action.
He's gone? But this is important.
Yeah. You gotta look to them. He's gone. Head up, head up, head up.
In the early days, I had to find a way wrangling these kids to deliver some sort of performance because they couldn't have been any greener.
It's a lot harder than everyone thinks. And there are 50 billion, trillion, million things going on at the same time that you have to think about, like hitting your marks, getting your line right at the right time, making sure you step into the light so that the face doesn't shadow you. All that kind of stuff.
He's gone? Now? But this is important. This is about the Philosopher's Stone.
Okay, still rolling. Hold your head up. When you find out that he's gone, this is the worst thing that could possibly happen because that means you're dead.
In the first movie, I always, laughed and said we should put a camera on Chris because what the kid's performance really was a reflection of what he was doing, what he was bringing out.
Stronger when he's gone. But this is important. Set and...
Should we go from he's gone?
Yeah, and...
He's gone? But this is important. This is about the Sorcerer's Stone.
Don't take a pause between this.
Okay,
yeah. Eyes wide, stronger.
He's gone?
감독인 크리스가 연기 초짜들이었던 아역들을 디렉팅하는 모습이 인상적이네요. 다니엘은 계속 고개를 숙이고 엠마는 시선 처리가 미숙했으며 루퍼트는 계속 웃었다고 합니다. 이걸 보면 해리포터 1, 2편은 아역 배우와 경험이 많았던 크리스가 감독을 맡아서 좋았던 것 같습니다.
Chris was so wonderful with them. He often had to chin up Dan.
Head up, Dan. Head up, even higher.
Rupert, stop smiling.
No, not smile.
Emma, look this way.
You guys should look at each other after he's gone, okay?
Okay.
Somebody said that the difference between children and children on a set is that children on a set actually do what you tell them to do.
촬영 12일차인 10월 14일에는 전날 촬영했던 장면과 바로 이어지는데요. 맥고너걸 장면 바로 다음에 나오는 스네이프와 삼총사가 대면하는 장면입니다. 캐릭터가 캐릭터인지라 실제로 다니엘과 루퍼트는 스네이프 역을 맡았던 앨런 닉먼을 무척 무서워했다고 합니다.
He knows how to get past Fluffy. And with Dumbledore gone.
Good afternoon.
Alan Rickman was so fantastic, I was freaked.
You want to be careful. People will think you're up to something.
I was constantly having to remind myself that it's only a film, it's only a film, it's only a film, it's only a film, nothing's real. But it was terrifying.
It is great. Alan Rickman, to me, was always Snape because J.K.롤링 showed me some early drawings. She'd done this sketch of Snape and looked just like Alan Rickman. He was a little reluctant because he has done this particular type of villain in the past, so he didn't want to be typecast as this villain. So David and I took Alan to dinner to convince him he had to play the role. And I remember the car ride through London with David driving, with Alan sitting in the front seat and me sitting in the back, and David almost got in a car accident. And I remember saying, David, don't kill us before Alan says no. Because we just expected him to say no, but for some reason, 2 days later he came back and said yes.
I don't think I had much choice in the matter. Lots of godchildren and nephews and nieces were not only excited, I think insistent.
He knows how to get past Fluffy. And with Dumbledore gone.
Good afternoon. When you see this movie, you're not going to see all of these huge mechanics and the months of editing. You're just going to watch a close-up on two little boys and a little girl's face at the centre of the story, and unless that reads, the film won't work.
Dan, remember to enunciate. Keep your head up. Rupert, don't smile. And Emma, don't put your head out forward. Action!
A problem in the early days, and the problem all the kids had, was this sense of total delight at being there, so they could never stop smiling, even if it was a serious scene.
And action!
Me and Dan both had this giggling problem. And I remember Alan Rickman, the first one, told me to relax my face and just not think of anything. Sorry. Sorry. Didn't really work, to be honest. But yeah, he tried.
Down the aisle, and everybody's saying hello to us, right? And then this one boy on the Gryffindor table comes around and goes, ah!
Who's that?
He's a psycho kid.
He's just somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Bevan is psycho, but he's not what he did. He's not the one. Look at the camera, wave and smile, wave and smile. Wave with your hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hi. Welcome to the documentary. Close up, Mr. the most dangerous monster of the world. Look, he's grazing in the field over there. Ah! He bit me. This could turn out dangerous. This boy is a virus. Hey, he's a poacher. He's a poacher. Let's kill him. Killed and crushed into tiny little pieces and served in dog food. I've never seen a live poacher before. This is really amazing. Unfortunately, I'm the only scientist in the world. Unfortunately, this is illegal. That can destroy him. Rules are made to be broken. I think he has a shotgun. Ah, he's scaring me. Right there. Fortunately, he likes you to keep referring to them when he speaks. I think he's trying to mate with the camera. There. Because this guy goes into the gym, sets up on... Okay, no. Devon, let's bring him down. Let's bring...
다니엘의 말에 의하면 350명의 어린아이들을 모아 입학식을 촬영했다고 합니다. 이제 촬영한 지 한 달째로 접어들었기 때문에 아이들의 얼굴에 긴장감이 없어지고 장난을 많이 치기 시작했네요. 나라가 영국이고 장소가 촬영장이지만 행동하는 건 우리의 초등학교 때 모습과 크게 다르지 않아서 친근감이 느껴집니다. 영화에서 그레이트홀로 들어가기 전 입구에서 맥고너글과 아이들이 만나는 장면과 입학식 장면이 바로 이어지기 때문에 같은 날 촬영한 것처럼 보입니다. 그렇지만 이 두 장면은 실제로 5달 차이로 촬영을 했다고 하는데요. 거기에 촬영 장소도 달랐다는 걸 알고 계셨나요? 입구 장면은 2000년 8월 26일 옥스퍼드에 있는 크라이스트 처치에서 촬영했지만 입학식 장면은 런던에 있는 해리포터 메인 스튜디오죠. 립슨 스튜디오에 그레이트홀을 직접 지어 촬영했다고 합니다. 그레이트홀이 완공될 때까지 기다리며 입구 장면을 찍은 지 5달 후인 1월 29일에 비로소 입학식 장면을 촬영했다고 하네요. 입구 장면은 맥고너글 교수님이 처음으로 등장하는 장면이기도 했는데요. 매기 스미스는 오스카 후보에 6번이나 노미네이트 되었고 그중 2의 수상에 성공한 당시에도 영국을 넘어 세계적인 대배우였는데요. 그런 그녀의 아우라가 촬영장의 스텝은 물론이고 아역 배우들까지 그대로 느꼈다고 합니다. 엄격하지만 따뜻함을 동시에 보여주기 힘든데 매기 스미스는 그런 맥고너글을 완벽하게 소화해냈었죠.
Listen to everything she said. What we needed from McGonagall was someone that you were intimidated by, but someone who had a real sense of warmth and heart. And that's exactly who Maggie is. And I thought this is perfect for McGonagall. And move, Maggie. You meet her in the beginning of the film. She's in a scene where they're walking up the stairs, and she was intimidating. I mean, she was intimidating to the crew because she's so smart. She's so brilliant. And the kids could sense that. But that was good. At that point, she was the disciplinarian.
Everybody should be looking at her in awe of her.
I have to say a lot of good ideas came from Dame Maggie from our first fitting. She wanted to be Scottish. Her name is Scottish, so the whole idea of making her witch's hat more like a Scottish tam, that was actually her idea. She had some great ideas.
소설 원작을 읽어보면 교복에 대한 언급이 어디에도 없습니다. 롤링 작가도 아이들이 교복을 입지 않았다고 말했다고 합니다. 그렇지만 깔끔한 셔츠에 넥타이를 맨 모습이 너무 예뻤기 때문에 제작진은 만장일치로 교복을 입히기로 결정했다고 합니다. 이후에 영화에서 사복을 입은 모습이 주로 나오기는 했지만 해리포터 하면 영국 기숙학교 느낌이 나는 교복이 딱인 것 같아요. 덕분에 교복 굿즈도 해리포터를 대표하는 굿즈가 되었고요.
I tried to keep all the kids really classically British boarding school. Funnily enough, J.K.롤링 said that the kids did not wear uniforms. So we ended up testing Daniel in regular clothes with a wizard gown and uniforms, and everybody went for the uniforms because graphically it was much prettier.
Kevin, take a little tiny step to your right. Good. Excellent. Good.
No.
I'm here, I swear.
Okay, there you go.
I was really going for less of a contemporary look because I always wanted the film to have some sort of timeless quality. So I remember their wardrobe test, dressing them as these adorable little English school children, and they looked amazing.
다음은 말포이 역을 맡은 톰 펠튼에 대한 캐스팅 비하인데요. 해리포터 책을 읽지 않았던 톰은 에이전트를 따라 오디션에 따라갔고 옆에 있던 아이가 그린고트, 트롤이 너무 좋아요란 대답을 따라하며 책을 읽은 척 뻔뻔하게 거짓말을 하는 모습이 재밌어서 크리스 콜럼버스 감독이 캐스팅을 했다고 합니다. 해리포터를 한 번이라도 본 사람은 알듯이 그린고트에는 고블린이 나오지 트롤은 나오지 않습니다.
It's true then. The same in the train. Harry Potter has come to Hogwarts.
Tom was probably, out of everyone in those early days, the most experienced actor.
This is crab toilet. I'm not.
I'd done a few films before and a few TV things, and I was purely up there because my agent had said you should go.
Did you read the books to start with?
I had no idea what it was, no idea. I went for an audition for it, and everyone was talking about it.
I remember one of the first things they asked at the interview is, what is your favourite scene in the book? And there was a row of us, about 7 of us, and of course I hadn't read it, so I just, the guy next to me said, oh, Gringotts, I love the trolls. So I just said, yeah. Same as this guy, yeah, I love the trolls, they're brilliant. And straight away, Chris saw straight through that, and I'm pretty sure that gave him a little internal laugh, so that could have helped, I don't know.
At one point, when we were trying to find who's going to play Harry Potter, I thought, Tom was so good, let me put some makeup on him and put a scar on him and a black wig and see if he could do Harry Potter. So we tested Tom as Harry Potter in that succession of screen tests. But we realized after the screen test we felt was better for Draco Malfoy.
Out of the whole book, I'd rather to be Malfoy than anyone else, because I get to be a baddie.
이제 그레이트홀 세트장에서 촬영했던 입학식 촬영 비하인드를 보기로 하죠. 때는 해가 지나서 1월 29일 마법사의 돌 촬영 후반부로 접어들었습니다. 그레이트홀의 모습은 정말 마법 같았다고 합니다. 보통 같았다면 가짜 돌과 나무로 세트장을 만들었겠지만 제작진은 그레이트홀에 심혈을 기울여서 만들었어요. 이 세트장이 마지막 영화인 죽음의 성물까지 10년 동안 사용할 거란 걸 당시에는 상상도 못했다고 하네요. 진짜 돌을 사용한 덕분에 10년 동안 세트장을 아주 잘 사용했다고 합니다.
Reaction this time from the ceiling. I need to see it on their face.
Everyone up to a maze as you go in. Doors.
I remember walking into this great hall the first time and just not believing it. It was just so amazing. It's a magic place to be.
Early on in the process, there was talk about us actually shooting the Great Hall in a location.
Christchurch College in Oxford have a great hall. It was the inspiration for this one, but it wouldn't have made a good set. So we decided to build a great hall.
You know, I found out we were doing it in the studio. You know, like, how are they going to create something so vast? You know, will it be as big as it should be?
There was a lot of talk about the size of the Great Hall. I seem to remember that J.K.롤링 wrote about 900 kids gathering there for lunch and dinner, and we realized that was impossible to do. So we whittled it down to a place that would probably hold about 400, 500 kids, and that felt large enough.
I'll say 1, 2, 3, and action. The food appears. Set. 1, 2, 3, action!
I think what's good about it is that even though it's a source of so much magic, it's firmly rooted in reality. And I think that makes the magic all the stronger when it unexpectedly grows out of something that is seemingly so real.
I mean, most sets are kind of literally all polystyrene and fake wood and everything, but a lot of the stuff that's in the Great Hall is real stone, real wood.
We built a lot of fire into the Great Hall, so it just had this sense of warmth and magic. However, the floating candlesticks were a bit of a problem because we decided to do them practically as opposed to creating them in a CGI environment. So we
placed hundreds of floating candles above tables with tiny strings, and all of those candles had to be lit before each take, and all of them were on a sort of a pulley system where they moved up and down so they felt like they were floating.
It's not real, the ceiling. It's just bewitched to look like the night sky. I read about it in Hogwarts, a history.
When we did the shot where we craned down through all of these floating candles, you couldn't see the strings. Everyone in the screening room applauded that day. It was just stunning. Stunning work from John Seal.
It was incredible. It was amazing. Like, no acting required.
앞에서 말씀드렸듯이 무려 350명의 아이들이 입학식 촬영에 참여했다고 합니다. 거기에 신기한 것 투성인 촬영장에서 아이들이 정말 시끄러웠을 텐데 이걸 통제한 크리스 콜럼버스 감독이 대단한 것 같습니다. 이 감독은 나홀로 집에 리세스 타워 파이어 등을 연출한 것처럼 아역 배우들을 정말 잘 다루는 것 같습니다. 이런 그가 해리포터 1, 2편을 연출한 건 정말 탁월한 캐스팅이었다는 생각이 드네요.
Come on, guys. This one will be the last day. No matter what happens. Focus. Big reaction. It's almost lunchtime for you guys, yeah.
Quiet, please. Be ready. Thank you.
The only problem when you've got loads of people is you find that the breaks aren't as much because they've got to move so many people out and so many people back in again. Hello.
I'm tremendously kind of amazed by the level of commitment and control that the kids have got. I would never have imagined, just from going to school to drop my daughter off, that you could get together that many kids without chaos breaking out, and yet they all seem very dedicated to what they're doing, very focused, very clear, and they take direction amazingly well. And there's 300 kids in the room.
Hold on, everybody pause. Dan, take a little step back. Rupert, take a little. You guys okay focus-wise?
Chris was in the Great Hall with about 350 children, and if one came up and talked to him, he would automatically just sit down as though he'd known them all his life.
Alright, roll sound.
Here it is. Okay, relax. Okay?
I don't know how he does it. If I was him and I had 100 kids running around, I'd just flip. But he's kept his cool all the way down, and he's been really nice for everyone.
Scared? You're really terrified?
He has helped us through the whole entire film. I've learned so much. I feel like I've learned so much through the acting experience.
Got it?
Chris had this tremendous enthusiasm, which is what was very much needed on those first two films, because, you know, if we come onto the first two films and the director had been horrible, I don't think any of us ever would have acted again.
And cut.
Alright, roll sound.
Start the cameras, please, Patrick.
Do the same as we did before. 3 A, 3 B, and E cameras. Alright, set.
No, before we begin, Professor Dumbledore would like to say a few words.
Yes. And here they are. Nitwit, Blubber, Oddment, Tweak. Thank you.
Great!
해리포터 시리즈의 첫 영화인 마법사의 돌은 영화의 스토리에 따라 촬영하지 않았다고 합니다. 예를 들어 영화의 마지막 장면인 집으로 돌아가는 열차를 타는 장면은 촬영 첫날이었고, 반면에 삼총사가 처음 만나는 호그와트 열차 안에서의 장면은 촬영 막바지에 촬영했다고 하네요. 즉, 이 두 장면 사이에는 5에서 6개월 이상의 현실 시간이 있었다는 거죠. 그래서 영화 마지막 장면이지만 이 장면에서 해리는 더 어려 보이고 목소리도 더 여리지만
We're not allowed to do magic away from Hogwarts.
반면에 첫 만남 장면에서는 더 성숙해 보이고 목소리가 굵다는 걸 느낄 수 있습니다.
I'm Harry Potter.
그리고 더 재밌는 건 비하인드에서 볼 수 있는데요. 첫 촬영에서 긴장하고 어색해하는 다니엘을 볼 수 있지만 이 장면에서는 주체할 수 없는 잼민이 특유의 엄청난 텐션을 보여줍니다.
Crack my tea. Hey Rupert, like those? Sweet.
He loves them. So good. Except for Bertie Bott's favourite beans.
What's wrong with them?
I got that. I got every single flavour of the Bertie Bott's, every flavour bean.
Including bogey flavoured?
Including every flavour.
Oh, David's got this video camera. I have to get this Merlin guy. I totally go with my shirt.
And head up, Dan. You've got the card. You got the wizard card. And you say 100... Hold on 1 second. Say 150 years old. Hold your head up. And action.
150 years old.
No, do it again. Because you were supposed to. You're supposed to be right on top of him, Rupert. When thought he'd be older, did you?
Oh, right.
And action.
150 years old. What, the old kid? Right. Hey, he's gone. Well, you can't expect him to turn around all day, can you?
Okay, guys. Head up, Dan. Your head is too far down in this. Can you start from the beginning again, guys? Set. And no, Roop. Okay. And action.
150 years old. What, the old kid? Right. Hey, he's gone. Well, you can't expect him to turn around all day.
Hey, he's gone. Bigger. Head higher. Hey, he's gone.
Hey, he's gone. Well, you can't expect him to turn around all day, can you? In the modern world, people stay put in things. Really? Like that we will? Really?
Burp. His head moves off. And, okay, now you say pathetic, isn't it? Keep your head up and look at Rupert. Now you put the card down, and action.
Pathetic, isn't it? Crack down your spills are turning yellow. We'll see. Yeah.
Oh, has anyone seen a toad? No, back up, guys. Dan, you're not look at me like, who is this girl?
I can do it not today.
Hey, look at me. I'm ready to go home. Zoom into my pocket.
I didn't mean two big notes.
How many have you eaten?
Oh, well, it depends how many takes. About 100 each take.
So you're full yet?
Huh?
You're full yet? No.
I just want more. I just want more. But if he says we're going to do that scene again, I might collapse. Because I have to is there another Bertie Bott's every favourite bean, Dan?
Yeah, go on. I got two over here.
Yeah, right, okay. Are they not opened?
No, not open.
Good, pass me here.
But, oh yeah, one's open.
We can always get you more.
Yes. I got a whip.
I'm not sure that's the image that Harry should be giving off.
Now to all your young viewers out there, get a snake and turn it into a whip.
And for the other viewers, get a mouse trap.
Now, darling, don't put it on your nose. We're going to put all your makeup.
To all you young actors, you want to do a food scene?
I was going to put more dirt on you and then you're done.
I'm doing it first.
No. Are you ready for our song?
Oh yeah. Can you get both of us at the same time? Which one are we doing?
Okay.
Gareth.
What's his name?
Gareth.
Oh, yeah.
Gareth.
We need to stop.
Okay. My name is Gareth. My name is Gareth Booms. Yeah. Well, we've got it now. We've got it now, David. My name is Gareth Bones, yeah, I work for the RSPCA. I think I need some PDA. Can also stick my head back on. That's our song.
Roland now.
Oh, yeah. My name is Roland. I belong in a zoo
Next to the zebras.
in cage 52.
And
then the last one,
to wash
No,
the
no.
zebras.
My
What? That is
That's
very
rhymes
red
with
too,
grass.
Jane.
What?
Is he?
And then we've got
someone here.
What, they red?
Rupert, you've got to switch from him to me, okay, in this next song, okay?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Dimple. Okay. Listen, Dimples woman, we know you're in a hurry.
But can we have please everything that is on your trolley?
How about a birdie bob?
No, I think we'll take one up. Oh, God, that you really have to get the hang of this.
I'm trying.
Pan across, pan across.
No, not me yet.
He's having his ear done.
Mate, your ear's being
Please,
done.
can I eat this, David? I beg you, please.
Do you need a bit of space to see in there?
And enter, Emma.
Bring some. You're Harry Potter, aren't you? Well, I know about you. I was doing correctly. You're in modern natural history, rising wood of dark arts, and greatest defense. Goodness, didn't you know? I was about to have everything I could ever think. Anyway, Oculus, prepare. That's better.
Cut. Good. Oh yeah, I'll give him stuff. Okay, so you'll start with your 5 days.
영화 속에서는 처음 만나는 어색한 사이지만 실제로 촬영장에서는 촬영 막바지에는 엄청 친해진 삼총사를 볼 수 있었습니다. 그리고 배경에서 볼 수 있듯이 호거트 열차 내부는 실제 열차가 아닌 스튜디오 안에 있는 세트장이었는데요. 그래서 아역 배우들이 더 편하게 연기를 했던 것 같네요.
The pressure really was a combination of post-production and pre-production on Chamber of Secrets, overlapping those two things, because Harry Potter is all about beating the clock to a certain level, because you didn't want to wait another year to start Chamber of Secrets because the kids age so quickly that they'd be too old for their roles in that particular book. And we released Potter that Friday, and the following Monday we were shooting Chamber of Secrets, so there was really no time for celebration or even enjoyment.
개봉하고 바로 새 영화 촬영에 들어갔다고 하니 해리포터 시리즈가 얼마나 빠르게 제작되었는지 느낄 수 있는 인터뷰입니다. 이렇게 촉박하게 제작이 이루어져서 크리스 콜럼버스 감독은 압박감을 많이 받았으며 가족과 많은 시간을 보내고 싶었던 그였기 때문에 영화 해리포터는 11년 동안 촬영한 초장기 프로젝트였습니다. 매편 촬영을 하면서 아역 배우들은 청소년기를 지나 성인으로 성장해 나갔습니다. 많은 아역들이 있었으므로 촬영장에는 학교까지 있었다고 합니다. 이렇게 촬영장에서 대부분의 생활을 하고 성장기를 겪어서 보통 영화와 다른 독특한 비하인드가 많이 있었습니다.
Emma and Rupert to school, please.
촬영이 끝나면 아이들은 학교로 가서 공부를 해야 했었는데요. 당연히 뛰어놀 수 있는 촬영장이 더 재밌었기 때문에 공부하러 가는 걸 극도로 싫어했다고 합니다.
We can let everybody go off to lovely school.
School. All right, we'll go to school and you can stay here.
Okay.
Here you go.
I just remember not being able to concentrate. You know, I'd come off set and be bouncing around having just done something, and then to be expected to sit down and do maths or geography, I was just like, you kidding me? No way! You gotta be joking.
I've not done any of my essays.
Rebecca Thompson.
I've seen her in today.
No, she's gone home with a bad back.
Hello.
This is the tutor we're talking about.
here. Huh?
Sounds terrible, doesn't it? But we didn't do our homework, so we're all very happy that she's ill. Sorry, Jane.
Yeah. We love you, Jane. Harry! It's Hermione!
사춘기에 접어들 시기라 아무리 촬영이라고 해도 엠마는 다니엘을 껴안는 장면을 부담스러워했다고 합니다.
When I had to run down the Great Hall and hug Dan, and it seems like nothing. I made a huge deal of it. I was so mortified. For me, hugging a guy, especially
Wonders for my self-esteem.
Well, no,
Well, no, at least he said a guy, not that. At least he said not that guy.
Not Dan in particular. But no, in front of everyone in the Great Hall, I was mortified. But in fact, I was so bad at it. I was so eager to get away and not hug him. They had to freeze the film for a second longer so that the hug actually lasted long enough.
I never knew that.
I was so bad.
한창 성장기라 키에 민감한 아이들인데요. 키가 작은 다니엘도 스트레스를 많이 받은 것 같습니다.
I am taller than you, or I will make myself taller than you. Okay.
Why are you so determined to embarrass me?
I am not determined to embarrass you. I'm determined to be taller than you are.
Same thing.
In what ways have you changed?
The thing that's changed least is probably my height. I've probably gone from about, I don't know what I was in the first film, I've probably grown about a foot in 10 years, which is annoying, really.
멕시코 출신 알폰소 쿠아론 감독이 3편의 연출을 맡았습니다. 1, 2편을 거치면서 아이들도 많이 성장을 했고 이제 배우로서 진지하게 연기에 임했다고 합니다. 그런 삼총사에게 감독은 각자의 캐릭터에 대한 에세이를 써오라고 시켰습니다.
I asked them to write an essay about the backstories of each one of their characters.
We just did what our characters would do. Emma just came in with reams and reams of paper, just about 23 sheets in the end, and I came in with one side of A4, and Rupert did nothing.
And I said, Rupert, you're not taking this seriously. You have to deliver your essay. And I says, no, I'm taking this seriously, but Ron wouldn't deliver his essay. I said, okay, you nail it. That's your character.
에세이 사건은 다니엘, 루퍼트 그리고 엠마가 얼마나 자신의 캐릭터와 실제 성격이 찰떡이었는지 보여주는 예였는데요. 여기 또 다른 예시가 있습니다. 바로 원작 소설 독서 여부인데요. 엠마는 자칭 해리포터 백과사전이라 부른다고 하는데 편당 3-4번을 읽었다고 합니다.
And like I have to know everything. I have to understand every single. I'm practically a Harry Potter lexicon. Like you could ask me anything and I will basically the answer.
반면에 루퍼트는 촬영하기 직전에 읽었다고 하는데 엠마의 의심 많은 눈빛을 보면 아예 안 읽은 것 같네요.
I'm a book purist, so I've read each one of them 3 or 4 times each.
I usually read them before we start. I always find that. I was quite late reading the last one. I did read it. And I really enjoyed it. I did, yeah. I mean, I read it quite... I left it quite late. I was probably the last one to read it.
In the world, ever.
But,
in the universe.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the last book.
Don't listen to it. No, I'm glad you read it. I do believe you.
책에 대한 이야기를 더 해볼까요? 우리 대중들은 그저 원작 소설과 영화를 즐기는 입장이지만 영화에 직접 배우로 참여해 연기한 삼총사는 책을 읽었을 때 어떤 기분이었을까요?
When a new Harry Potter book comes out, you must now, having started out just as Harry Potter book fans, it must have really changed the way you read these books now.
You do kind of start to look at it as, oh my God, I'll be doing this.
No, for you it's not a book, it's a list of things to do.
Yeah, I read the 4th book as we started the first film.
Right.
And the Yule Ball,
yeah.
Me and Ron are like, I remember just reading, oh my God, we're wearing dresses?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
What?
I've got to do that, yeah.
Surely.
Did you have a similar moment when you read that, or did you read it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That scared me quite. Yeah.
But do you sort of, when you're looking at it, thinking that's another 2 weeks in blue screen, or oh no, does it sort of ruin your enjoyment or heighten your enjoyment of the book?
I think for me it heightens it because it's like, oh my God, I'm actually going to get to do this because there are kids all over the world dreaming of this stuff, and you're actually going to be able to do it. It's fantastic.
이렇게 캐릭터에 맞게 잘 캐스팅되었지만 캐릭터와 자신을 비교했을 때 자신이 더 나은 점을 말해달라는 질문에 답하는 삼총사입니다.
If you had to make one distinction between the character you play and who you are, what would you like people to be most confident of? You cooler than Ron?
Definitely, yeah.
You want to reassure people you wouldn't have worn that coat?
No, yeah. I like to think I'm a bit braver than him, because he can be a bit of a wimp sometimes, and I don't know, I always felt I could sort of relate to him in some ways anyway, like, obviously we both got ginger hair and big families, so...
Yeah, ginger hair and big families.
Yeah, that's us, yeah.
What about you? Anything you want to reassure people?
I think, like most people, I wouldn't say I am as brave as Harry is, really, sort of in contrast sort of to what Rupert said. I don't think I am actually as brave as Harry is. I think few people sort of are, really, because I think he's... And I'm obviously, I'm not as troubled as Harry, because, I didn't lose my parents at age 1, I think he was, or something like that. So yeah, I think that's probably the main thing. Because
what about you? You're presumably incredibly clever.
No, no, not as clever as she is anyway. She's, you know, in a bit of a league of her own. But no, probably, well, hopefully, I'm not going to get any support from these two, but hopefully less annoying. She's quite...
No, you aren't as annoying as Hermione, don't worry.
Yeah, no, there is a bit of support there. But no, she's quite wound up, Hermione. She's really, you know, what's the word? She's
uptight?
Yeah, she's uptight. She's uptight. Yeah, that's exactly it. Thank you, Dan. She's so sort of eager and, you know, which is great, but probably I'm a little bit more chilled out, you know, a little bit more relaxed, but yeah, no.
그저 스태프들이 정해주는 것이 아니라 아역 배우들 각자의 개성을 보여주려고 했습니다. 그중 하나의 예로 교복과 헤어스타일만큼은 스스로 연출하도록 자유를 줬다고 하죠.
I was new. They've been Harry Potter and Hermione and Ron for a long time. So they were very good with their arguments about what Harry or Hermione would do or not.
Alfonso wanted us to put a lot of ourselves and our thoughts into the characters.
Hello. Okay, let's find out what feels organic with you. Hi. And what feels organic with the character. Early on, we said, okay, how would you wear your uniform? First, they were all tight. I says, yes, but if your parents were not around.
He said that you should like customize it how you would if you were really at school, so it feels more natural.
They started doing weird things with ties or taking the shirts out. Some of the kids stocking everything and trying to be very neat.
We all started wearing Slytherin rings, Slytherin tie pieces.
And the hairstyle was pretty much dictated by the kids. Because we wanted to be something organic, the hair, the uniform, and the attitude of each one of the actors.
아역 배우들뿐만 아니라 성인 배우들도 장난을 많이 쳤나 봅니다. 마이클 갬본과 앨런 닉먼이 다니엘을 놀리려고 장난을 쳤다고 하네요.
There was one time where in this room actually Michael Gambon and Alan Rickman and I think Alfonso was kind of coordinating it. Took the opportunity to play a practical joke on me.
Really, really funny.
And for you.
Yeah.
And
the whole of the Great Hall is sleeping.
It was very good because it was a bunch of sleeping bags, and Dan has us to have his sleeping bag next to this particular girl that he fancied. Action!
For now, let them sleep.
We've just done a take, right? We've just finished a take, and it's taken ages to get it.
In our dreams, we enter completely our own world. You know, it's completely our own world, and we like to swim in the deepest waters and fly.
They had put a fart machine into my sleeping bag.
This hall echoes.
And Michael Gambon had actually been pressing it during the take, I found out.
Daniel.
This is unbelievable.
이제 4편인 불의 잔 비하인드를 함께 볼까요? 4편은 영국 출신인 마이클 류엘 감독이 연출을 맡았는데요. 그는 굉장히 에너지가 넘쳤다고 합니다.
With the scene that we were doing in the Great Hall with it's James and Oliver.
Action! Cut it! Cut!
We weren't doing it as well as what Mike wanted.
Okay, who wants to fight? Whichever of you wants to fight, which one?
So Mike literally jumps on Oliver, and everyone was just like in awe, looking at this director hustling him next. So yeah, that was really cool.
I think he was hobbling around for about 4 days afterwards because he sprained some muscle.
He gets involved. He does all he can to help us.
Instead of sitting there in his chair watching the monitor, he's out there and he's doing it and he's giving back energy to the actors and I think he's great.
촬영 중 덤스렌과 보바통의 등장신이 부러웠는지 다니엘은 호그와트 교가 장면이 별로라고 화를 냅니다. 참고로 다니엘이 언급한 호그와트 교가는 본편 영화에서 삭제되었습니다.
You know what I'm Sancho and the Barbatons both have much better opening chants than us, and I'm pissed off about this. Stan, you're a Durmstrang. Would you not agree that your blokes have got and the Barbatons have got a much better entrance?
We met the Durmstrangs, the Beauxbatons, who were quite exotic by comparison to our sort of English public school.
They come in doing martial arts, and ours is the Hogwarts, Hogwarts, teach us something, please.
Hogwarts, Hogwarts, teach us something, please. Hogwarts, Hogwarts, teach us something, please. So we bid you truly welcome. You are a funny lot.
로버트 패틴슨은 4편에 새로 등장한 세드릭을 연기했습니다. 장난치는 건지 진짜인지 엠마의 이름을 모르는 로버트입니다.
So who's the standing right next to you?
Ron. Come on, get my name right. I don't know. I think it's just Ron. Hey, what's my name? You look at the script. I think it's just Ron. Doesn't know my name. What's my name, Rob? What's my name? What's my name?
That's that one.
Hi, Kerry. That's that one. This is plain rude.
해리와 헤르미온느가 껴안는 장면에 대한 비하인드입니다.
Because it's got to be a moving photograph, so they had to film it. So they had to film me and Emma hugging and then go back.
Yeah.
And hug. And so we had to do it about 6 times.
Which is quite funny.
Yeah.
무도회에 같이 갈 여자아이를 찾는 해리는 모두가 자신을 피해서 현타를 세게 맞습니다. 이런 상황이 낯설지만은 않다는 다니엘이네요.
All these really cold, like kind of looks from all the girls. It's just so reminiscent of real life. I think it's the truest scene we've had in the film so far.
헤르미온느가 변신하는 장면이었죠. 마치 신데렐라를 연상케 하는 장면이라 엠마도 무척 긴장을 했다고 합니다. 그래서 그런지 발을 헛디뎌 계단에서 굴렀다고 하네요.
Now, don't swing your arms, okay? What's happening is that you're coming on as a perfectly normally dressed girl and you're not, okay?
I was so nervous about the whole thing because it's meant to be such a big moment.
No, it's lovely.
I got down about 3 steps and fell down in front of the whole set, which was incredibly embarrassing.
무도회 장면을 위해 다른 배우들은 꽤나 많이 춤 연습을 했지만 다니엘은 주인공이라 촬영이 많았기 때문에 춤 연습을 충분히 못했다고 합니다. 마음 같아서는 춤을 멋지게 추고 싶었지만 몸이 따라주지 않았다고 하네요.
I'm actually a really fantastic dancer, but because Harry's not very good, I felt I should play it down.
Everybody to number 1,
Play the kind of self-conscious, not quite sure what I should be doing. I'm actually a champion.
How many times have I done it?
I don't know. It is just a rehearsal.
앞에서 말씀드렸듯이 배우들이 촬영장에서 촬영만 한 게 아니라 공부도 하고 촬영을 쉬는 시간에는 같이 놀기도 했답니다.
Emma actually developed a slight obsession with game.
I just had to say, I got her past the zombies and a number of other zombies.
I tried to make out that I was really good at the game and that I could go, yeah, this is easy, what's all the fuss about? But of course I was really not very good at all because I'm not very good at computer games.
Okay, let me try. Come on, let me try. I'll be.
Fine, you try.
I'll do it. You see, and then you'll get.
This is when mine and Emma's relationship breaks down.
Repeat, Rob.
So you join us at the second ever, and first one in the outdoors.
Oh yeah.
God, the sweat's actually stinging my eyes now. The second ever, but first outdoors, Danger Ball 2009 Championships. Rupert brought to Wales this mini table tennis set. And it's rubbish to play table tennis with, but we've invented a great new game. It's 7-5 Drupal, and I'm sure you'll pick up the rules as we go along. Racket for serve.
When people say to us, you know, so are you friends outside of the work? And we say, yeah, we are. They think it's just because we're told to say that, which we're not. But it's just that we are genuinely good mates. We've been with each other 10 years now, so it's like your school friends from back home. We've grown up together and we know pretty much how each other tick.
We do have a really good time on set, and we are good mates.
You know, growing up on a set, you're surrounded by adults most of the time, not with people your own age. Which is why, you know, Dan and Rupert and other castmates have been so important. This is Rupert's dressing room. Can we come in?
In my dressing room, there was sort of a section that was sort of my classroom. That sort of turned into a games room, and which is now home to. I've got so much stuff in my room now. I've got air hockey this year, table tennis. We're actually getting really good.
It's been a while since he's beaten me, and I did beat Emma quite badly twice the other day.
루퍼트는 정말 아무 이유 없이 또 시도 때도 없이 웃음이 터졌다고 하는데요. 촬영하는 게 노는 것처럼 무척 즐거웠다고 합니다.
And they're funny as well. They've all got a great sense of humour, actually. Rupert finds everything funny.
And action.
You just shut your mouth. I do. Just shut your mouth. Has anyone else got a problem with Harry?
My gran said it's a Daily Prophet that's rubbish.
Sorry.
Rupert is the worst for laughing. He does it all the time, and you'll ask him, what will you laugh at? And he goes, I don't know.
If you just look at him, he laughs. And he just laughs all the time. You can't stop him once he starts. And apparently he's done that since day one.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's brilliant. When you get really into something, he's hilarious. He's really, really funny.
It was just so much fun. It was just every day. It was just playtime, really.
5편에서 새로 등장한 캐릭터죠. 엄브리지 역을 맡은 이멜다의 연기가 정말로 대단했는데요. 그녀의 리허설 장면인데 연기하는 게 실로 대단합니다.
In the book, of course, she's described as very ugly and toad-like, and I love people saying, "Oh, you'll be great for that part." Thanks very much.
I thought Imelda was very interesting to watch.
That thing of, no, I'm not doing, but what I am saying.
A lot of actors, you know, do the same thing. Well, I've rehearsed it, decided how it's going to be, and just do it and do it and do it. Whereas Imelda was very flexible. Like every take would be something different.
Things at Hogwarts are far worse than I feared.
Things at Hogwarts are far worse than I feared.
Things are far worse at Hogwarts than I'd imagined.
She just sort of works away at it, and is very meticulous about it.
Something you'd like to say, dear?
Oh, there are several things I would like to say.
Each term, as it were, there are fresh teachers that come in and give everybody a lift.
Blah, 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 blah. Disloyalty.
Oh. It's a magic place to be. I don't think I can get it. Oh, disloyalty.
Yes.
KT와의 키스를 앞두고 다니엘의 심정을 보여주는 인터뷰입니다.
That I think everyone's sort of waiting for is the sort of Harry's first kiss, and I'm quite excited. I know I'll be really, really nervous, but it's great because, you know, Katie's beautiful and I don't even have to make an effort to try and make her fancy me because she has to kiss me because it's in the script.
It's been written in the script.
Yes, so that's one of the bonuses of being Harry.
God, the idea of kissing someone on screen is terrifying.
I
Do you
don't
not
know.
find that really scary?
No, I think that's... as I said, I'm quite looking forward to it.
엠마는 처음부터 헤르미온느와 론이 엮일 거라고 확신했다고 합니다. 그래서 롤링 작가에게 론과의 키스신이 있냐고 미리 물어봤다고 하네요.
I can remember being in Emma's dressing room and she said to me, I'm going to have to kiss Rupert, aren't I? And she was completely fine with this. She could see where things were going. And I said, well, actually, if they remain true to the books, you'll have to kiss both of them. And at that point, it was way too much. You know what? I had... Because she'd grown up with these two boys, so... Oh, God, I have to kiss Dan as well. I mean, she fell off the sofa laughing. It was so sweet.
이제 죽음의 성물 촬영 비하인드인데요. 7명의 해리 장면 기억나시죠? 6명의 캐릭터가 홀리주스를 마시고 해리로 변신하는 장면인데 다니엘이 헤르미온느와 플레르도 연기를 해야 했습니다. 여자 옷을 입고 완전 만족하는 다니엘의 모습이 귀엽습니다.
I have to help Dan, well, kind of help Dan Radcliffe with his bra. Okay. So, let me tell you, Dan had trouble opening a bra. No, hang on, cut that. Clémence is Fleur in the film is changing into Harry, so she changes in and she's trying to take off her clothes and she's got them. Seeing Dan in a bra was pretty hilarious.
So he puts on her clothes and has to then get them off, sort of thing?
Yeah. So he's trying to unhook the bra at the back, and we had to cut a couple of times because he was having trouble. But that was only because it was on him.
Yes.
If he'd been taking it off,
fine.
Me or a girl, I'm sure it would have been fine.
If they used the take I like, it's a one-handed job.
I knew she was lying about that tattoo.
Harry, your eyesight really is awful.
Dan plays women really well, actually. He sort of enjoyed that bit. He played Emma really well, and he played Fleur really well.
I was actually quite pleased, and this is only going to add fuel to the fires, the rumour that I'm gay. I don't really care, I'm so past the point of caring, I really don't. But I looked fantastic in Fleur's outfit, right? I thought I looked really good.
이 비하인드는 정말 달달합니다. 엠마가 뒤에서 몰래 루퍼트에게 접근해 옵니다.
Oh my god.
Oh, you ruined it!
You trying to scare me?
I was going to come behind you and give a kiss on the cheek.
몰리 역을 맡았던 줄리 월터스는 오스카에 2번 노미네이트 되었고 바프타는 7회나 수상한 전설적인 영국 여배우입니다. 우리에겐 빌리 엘리엇이나 맘마미아로도 많이 알려졌죠. 다른 영화에서 보셨겠지만 사실 그녀는 몰리처럼 뚱뚱하지 않아요. 원작에 나온 따뜻한 몰리를 재현하기 위해 패드를 붙여 몸집을 키웠다고 하네요.
I had to dance with Daddy Weasley, the two of us. Yeah, it was really lovely.
Everybody
Pretty
dressed
dress. Yeah.
How was the dress?
Gorgeous, very floaty.
Lovely.
Gorgeous. Just slid over my padding. Lovely. You go and Ben, you can touch them because they're not real. Ben! Actually, you touched a bit of the real.
Did I?
No,
Never felt one like that.
No.
Mrs. Weasley's. I think I need a one.
Mrs. Weasley.
Then Mrs. Weasley.
Yes.
Actually, it's an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I think you need to feed the guinea pig.
I will. I'm going to feed it. Please explain that they aren't real.
They're not
People
real.
will be writing in. Anyway, I'm going. These aren't Mrs. Weasley's boots, so can you keep them out of shot? I'm going now.
Thank you, Julie.
Goodbye and thank you.
불의 잔에서 처음 등장해 헤르미온느를 좋아했던 빅터 크룸이 빌과 플레르의 결혼식에 등장할 뻔했었습니다. 촬영까지 했지만 편집되었는데요. 원작을 읽어보면 론에 질투심을 유발하고 제노필리우스가 목걸이로 하고 있던 죽음의 선물에 대한 이야기를 해리에게 해줍니다. 그리고 지니를 보고 아주 예쁘다며 관심을 보이는데 이에 해리가 귀엽게 반응하는 장면도 볼 수 있었고요. 개인적으로 재밌게 읽은 장면이라 편집돼서 많이 아쉽네요.
Do you get a spectacular outfit?
Well, for Hermione, I get a pretty spectacular outfit.
Excellent.
You know, it's kind of sexy, actually.
Really?
I mean, by Hermione's standards.
Hermione's sexy.
Yeah, Hermione's sexy. It's red, quite low cut. You know, she's an action hero. She's coming into a new role, and she's a young woman now, so she's allowed to be a bit sexy.
헤르미온느가 똑똑하듯 엠마가 똑똑하다는 것도 유명하죠. 원작에 심취하여 해리포터 사전이라 불렸다는데요. 그런 그녀를 능가하는 배우가 루나 역을 맡았던 이반나였다고 합니다. 배우이기 전에 소문난 해리포터 덕후답네요.
I really love doing research for a character. And I have to know everything. I have to understand every single... I'm practically a Harry Potter lexicon. You could ask me anything and I will basically know the answer. I think Ivana beats me, but just narrowly.
롤링이 소설을 집필할 때 영화로부터 영향을 받지 않았는데 딱 하나의 예외가 있었답니다. 그게 바로 이반나 린치였다고 합니다. 루나의 대사를 쓸 때 이반나의 목소리가 들렸을 정도로 이반나가 캐릭터 루나 그 자체였다고 하네요.
With the only exception actor-wise to my sort of didn't intrude rule was Ivana Lynch, who plays Luna, and I hear her voice when I write Luna.
이반나는 결혼식에 나왔던 루나의 춤까지 원작을 참고해 직접 만들었다고 합니다.
I started looking through the book, and Luna dances by herself, and she's meant to look as if she's batting away Raxford's Harry, sort of things. And so then the next day, David was like, well, after this, you lead him off, and maybe you do a sort of a special dance. And I had been thinking of something in my room. I was like, yeah, and it was a bit like that. So I showed it to them and to the choreographer of the steps, and they really liked it. And so they put Reese doing the same thing, and we sort of turned different ways and changed direction.
So it's going to become a craze.
Yeah.
The love could two-step, or whatever it is, the rap back.
죽음의 선물에서는 삼총사의 모습을 노출하면 안 되었기 때문에 폴리주스의 항연이었는데요. 영화에서만 무려 3번이나 사용됩니다. 첫 번째는 7명의 해리 장면으로 다니엘이 론, 헤르미온느, 프레드, 조지, 플레르, 그리고 먼덩구스까지 모두 6명의 캐릭터들을 연기해야 했었는데요. 그중 루퍼트의 행동을 관찰하다가 그의 걸음걸이가 섹시하다는 걸 알아차립니다.
Rupert walks with a really sort of sexy wiggle in his hips. He really swings his hips. We're just suddenly like, obviously Rupert's a good-looking guy anyway, but I thought, I bet that has something to do with why the girls like him, because he just walks with this kind of...
He's got a wiggle.
He struts. It's really cool.
Yeah, because he kind of found out I do this weird kind of hip wiggle thing when I walk.
You do a hip wiggle thing?
Apparently, yeah. I've never really been aware of it, but...
Have you noticed it since?
I'm quite conscious of it now, yeah.
마법부 잠입 장면에서는 해리가 런콘, 헤르미온느가 마팔다, 그리고 론이 레그로 변하는데 자신의 캐릭터가 뭔지 설명하는 인터뷰가 아주 재밌습니다.
Even if you're in the know, all this polyjuicing stuff is quite tricky to get your head around. So let's take this really slowly.
So there's this little character called Mafalda, who's really little secretary, and she's the one that Hermione gets in. So really, I'm a sort of flamboyant costume.
So essentially right now, you are channeling...
I'm channeling, yeah.
Hermione... So it's Hermione being you... No, it's you being Hermione being you.
Yeah, no, it's me being Mafalda, then being Mafalda's body with Hermione in.
It's really straightforward.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it too much.
David, you are Dan, you are Harry, you are... I can't quite... I'm getting lost in who's who.
You're not the only one. I'm playing Albert Runcon, and Dan takes his body over and pretends to be him in order to get into the Ministry of Magic.
You're actually impersonating Dan being Harry, but as yourself.
Yes.
Is that kind of what you're breaking it down to the essence of?
I'm impersonating. Could you just say that again?
You're being Dan, who's Harry, being you.
Dan, who's Harry, being me. Correct.
So is
but
it...
I'm being my character, being Dan, who's playing Harry, who's playing Runcon, who's playing you.
Right.
Did you get that?
No. And in terms of that as a challenge for an actor.
Oh gosh, it's complicated to explain who I am. I'm actually Ron Weasley, as in I am Ron Weasley, but Ron Weasley for my sequences looks like this.
That's bloody disgusting.
We've had Rupert Grint down, sometimes running through the scenes before I do it, and I get to watch him and then watch him on camera as well, see what he does, and just try and do it like, well, a bit like Rupert would do it, but also how I interpret Ron as doing it. There's just something about the way he moves. It's quite low. I think that's kind of youth, really. You know, he's quite. I'm more kind of up here and trying to stand straight in that, and he's got that low centre of gravity, and he moves his shoulders kind of quite solidly, and he does a lot of looking up like that.
That's fascinating. and has he engaged with that? Has he kind of said, this is really eerie, I feel like you're doing me far too well?
No, he hasn't. Not at all. He looks a bit oddly at me now.
I don't do that.
One mustn't tell lies.
I actually prefer myself played by this kind of real tough guy.
Scottish.
David's quite tough and he's Scottish.
You're right, he's carrying that off, but he stupefies in a very dramatic way.
He stupefies in a much more dramatic way. He sounds like he's saying Superfly when he says stupefy, which I enjoy.
Stupefy!
마지막 폴리주스 장면은 헤르미온느가 벨라텍스로 변하는 장면으로 헬레나가 엠마의 헤르미온느를 관찰해서 따라해야 했습니다.
And then she does this thing with, she does sometimes use her chin. That's my one, you know, she
does, yeah.
It's like that.
헬레나는 엠마가 자주 하는 버릇을 파악하고 굉장히 비슷하게 잘 따라 해냅니다.
Emma Watson is Helena Bonham Carter / Bellatrix Lestrange. Ready to go, ready to go, ready to go.
We had a session with Helena and Emma in a big rehearsal room where Emma basically did the scene. We said, OK, Emma, just show us how you'd walk up to the bank teller, what you'd say to him, how you'd say it.
I hardly think that would be necessary. I've never been so self-aware the way Helena was going, you know you do this. And I was like, I had no idea I did that. Like when I laugh, I gasp for air and I'd never realised I did that before. Or like, I'm doing it right now. I play with my hands a lot, which I never realised. But these are all traits that obviously come out in Hermione because I'm playing her.
She gulps before each. It's like she's drowning.
루퍼트가 촬영 중 자주 웃음을 터뜨려 테이크를 많이 망쳤다고 유명한데요. 제노필리우스 역을 맡았던 리스의 연기가 너무 웃겼던지 러브굿 하우스 장면에서는 엠마의 웃음이 터져서 촬영이 힘들었었다고 합니다.
There's been a lot of giggling with Emma. There's these scenes where we have these kind of very embarrassing English pregnant pauses, and they're always the kiss of death for an actor.
Where's Luna?
Luna?
I never really have problems corpsing, but I really struggled on those 2 or 3 days.
The slightest little slurp, Emma was gone.
I just couldn't keep it together.
They get fined when they giggle or if they ruin a take.
How much is a red card?
£5. I think Rupert's in the lead. I think he owes about £80. But this week, Emma was the worst.
Red card, Emma Watson.
Oh, I'm so annoyed. I've never had one of these red cards from Jamie. I'm good as gold. I'm the class pet.
Got that.
I'm so sorry. Luckily, Reese is a very nice guy and I found the whole thing quite amusing. He actually nicknamed me Giggles at the end of the 3 days because I was so bad.
It just goes to prove that, you know, after how many films, that they're still really enjoying the experience.
Sorry.
Got that. Red card.
다니엘이 10년 동안 촬영하면서 지팡이를 몇 개나 사용했을까요? 그 엄청난 양에 제대로 충격을 받은 다니엘의 모습입니다.
Of course, one of the things that's going to be important in this battle is your wand. And speaking to Pierre, who devises, creates, and makes all these extraordinary props, he was telling me, a little secret, you have gone through, worn out, Daniel Radcliffe, 80 wands over the last 10 years.
Yes.
What on earth have you been
80?
doing? 80? 80. 80.
I thought you said 8.
No. 80. You have...
Wow.
Not 18, not 8. You have ruined... No, let's not say ruined.
Wow,
What have you been doing?
So sorry, Pierre. I don't know how I have managed to break that many wands. I know I drum with my wands a lot. So I bang them against my leg and sort of do some rhythm, you know, and that's when people say things to me like, "Can you drum, Dan?" I said no. He said no, I thought not. That's the kind of time people say that to me. But yeah, so I really don't know. I just feel very bad.
You've not been sneaking them off set somehow.
I really haven't been. I'm not the person selling them on eBay, I promise.
헬레나와 다니엘의 비하인드인데 둘이 얼마나 가까운 사이인지 느껴집니다. 헬레나가 다니엘을 엄청 예뻐하네요.
Come on, here boy, come on, come on. Here. This is my dog.
So this is Dana. Just this is about growing up on Potter. I'm just asking Helena about.
She hasn't.
About,
She's never grown up on Potter or any other film.
Any stories? Anything you noticed about Dan or any of the other guys that having grown up sort of with him? I know he's been on it since the last.
He's got so much more handsome. He's really grown to a man. I've seen this person. He was a mere. Well, actually, you know what? I only came.
You came on 5. Didn't
I only
you?
came on 5. I haven't really known him for that long, so he's exactly the same. He does seem unbelievably. He's more mature than me. I can tell you that, but that's not saying much.
루퍼트에게 엠마가 키스를 잘하냐고 물어보는 인터뷰입니다.
So, yeah. Is she a good kisser? The nation needs to know. The world needs to know.
I actually have no memory of it at all. I must have kind of wiped out my. But yeah,
You're a true gentleman. Clearly, you're very discreet.
론과 헤르미온느는 레기니에게 쫓기다가 죽기 직전에 서로 껴안는데요. 이 로맨틱한 장면의 촬영 비하인드 인터뷰입니다.
Talk me through what you're doing, because you and Rupert seem to be doing a lot of rolling around in the rubble.
We are. Well, you see, we're being chased by a giant snake.
Ah, right. We've been watching a lot of attempts to kill this snake today.
We have. We keep failing.
And Ron's stuck under you, so he doesn't get to be the hero.
Hang on, no.
Oh.
We fall down together, and he
he protects me and holds me in a loving embrace as we're about to die.
It's quite a tight space where we have to fall in, and we're holding hands as well. And we have to kind of fall, kind of romantically as well. So.
Was that a stage direction?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Well, yeah, she's got to kind of nestle into me, and it's quite cool. But
so, is that something that you coordinate with Emma? Like, this is how we're going to nestle. This is how we're going to do it full romantically.
Yeah, because this is after the kiss, all this stuff. So we're kind of a couple now.
전투씬 장면에서 찢어진 입술 메이크업을 자랑하는 엠마입니다.
This was my addition, the sexy cut lip.
Hold on. That's something you did or something you asked for?
That was something that I asked for.
So you looked at it, so you thought, I've got to have...
I was like, if we're going to do this whole epic, you know,
beaten up
thing, I want a cut lip.
And you've got a great graze on your neck as well.
Well,
that's not a love bite or something, is it?
No.
Ron's been in
That
the
would have been
rubble
awkward. No, this is from Bellatrix. She tries to slit my throat, actually.
She's good like that, isn't she?
Yeah, she's pretty mean. Yeah.
I still find it incredible though, because looking at you, and I'm stood, you know,
very close to me,
and it still looks so real. So
I know,
the scar on your neck or the cut on your lip.
It's funny because I forget. I wear it all day, and then I catch myself in the mirror, and I'm like, God, I look terrible. I look really bad. No, but it's fun. It's fun.
해리포터 배우들이 유명세로 인해 받은 팬들과 가족들의 반응에 대한 인터뷰를 모아봤습니다. 우선 엠마부터 시작해볼게요.
I mean, that's kind of a myth. We do actually go out.
Yeah, I was in Topshop the other day, and the woman who's working there comes up and goes, "It's so funny. You look exactly like the girl who plays Hermione." It's like, yeah, it's because I am. Excuse me? What? Sorry?
엠마의 말처럼 배우들도 사람인지라 밖에 돌아다녔겠죠. 이번엔 루퍼트가 미국에 가서 겪은 에피소드입니다.
I remember once when I was in America. I think I was in America somewhere, and someone wanted a photo with me, and I put my arm around her, and she told me not to touch her. So that was probably the only kind of bad experience.
She asked for your photo and then said, "Don't touch me."
That's what you do, isn't it? When you
I would have thought so.
But yeah, she didn't want it.
다 좋은 기억만 있었던 건 아닌가 보네요. 다음은 다니엘의 인터뷰이고 루퍼트와 마찬가지로 미국에서 겪었던 일이라고 합니다.
What is the most ridiculous thing that a fan has ever said to you?
Well, I've had proposals of marriage. I had one which was bizarre. It was terrifying.
It was Dan, marry me.
Yeah, which was the weirdest one. It was this big sign, and then the other one was the towel girl.
The towel girl?
The towel girl. She's a legend.
So what did the towel girl do?
We were filming, I was doing MTV in New York, and it was freezing cold out. I mean, it's not like it was a warm summer's day. It was so cold. And I got up, and they took me over to the window, and there was a girl standing down there wearing nothing but a Harry Potter towel with a sign that said, it doesn't get much better than this.
No, that's
with
so
a sign,
flattering, man.
with a sign that says, nothing comes between me and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It was great.
유명인을 부모로 둔다면 어떤 느낌일까요? 특히 아빠가 해리포터에 출연한 배우라면 당연히 자랑하고 싶겠죠. 게리 올드만과 그의 6살 아들의 이야기인데 오스카 수상자에 빛나는 전설적인 배우의 연기력까지 받쳐주니 정말 웃깁니다.
They like Harry Potter, but their dad's in Harry Potter.
I know, are they more excited about that than sort of anything else you've done?
Yeah, I'm a hero at school.
Yeah.
Big noise at their school.
Suddenly you are a really cool dad.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best thing about it, I think, is knowing kids and kids getting absolutely mental when they hear you're in it.
Yeah.
Any kid you meet and anyone I know tells the kids you meet that you're in it, and they get short of breath.
Yeah. But
they also get excited about the film.
When I told the Gulliver's 6, he went into his school and he ran up to his mate Omar, and he just said, "Guess what?" He said, "Guess what?" He said, "Guess who's in Harry Potter?" And Omar went, "Harry Potter?"
다음은 더들리 가족을 맡았던 배우들의 인터뷰입니다. 더들리 역을 맡았던 해리 멜링이 나오는데 실제로는 너무 착해 보이네요. 호그와트에 다니고 싶다는 말이 너무 간절해 보입니다.
When Harry Potter fans encounter you in the street, do you get the feeling they hate you or love to hate you?
What do you find? I don't get noticed in the streets.
Because you're so slim.
I have to say, you look more svelte.
I know.
Than the other films. What's happened?
Just lost weight, you know, just like
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
And was that a problem? Because, I mean, your character is implicitly meant to be chubby chap.
Yeah, well, I did wear a fat suit in the film, which got bigger every film. And that's how I got bigger, really.
Fiona, what sort of reaction do you get?
If children are being carried by their mothers and the mothers are walking ahead, the children often start crying if they see me. And the mother doesn't know why the child is crying.
What about you? What experience you've had with some of your younger rellies?
There's some that they just can't believe it. My father lives in Ireland, and cars go slowly past his house because they say that Harry Potter's grandfather lives in there. He's entirely
They've got it really wrong, haven't they?
by this existential fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? How's it sort of changed your life on every level?
It really, because I don't get noticed, it hasn't really changed my life a lot.
No, but I'm just saying, amongst your peers, though, there's that knowledge that you're... because sorry. I mean, do you miss out on the fact that you're not with, like Daniel is, with a gang of kids?
Yeah,
and actually all your bits are separate. You film with him a bit at the start, and then you don't see all the others.
No, I really do want to go in Hogwarts. I want to go into Hogwarts.
We want to go to Hogwarts. We want to see what all this
like
fuss is
Sports
about.
Day.
What about, like,
Well, I asked Joanne Rowling, you know.
Like Parents' Day? Or...
But yes, the Founders' Day.
Yeah.
We said, why can't the Dursleys go to the Hogwarts on Founders' Day and see Harry Potter in his school? And she said, I don't know why. But I said, so then they can go. She said, no. I think it would be a disaster.
해리포터 팬이라도 구분하기 힘든 게 위즐리 쌍둥이입니다.
He's not Fred, I am.
키와 머리 스타일 모두 똑같은 쌍둥이를 구분하는 비법이 무엇일까요?
How do we tell you apart? What would you say are the key? How does your mum do it?
That on there. I've got a mole on my neck there. And James isn't. I haven't. So.
That's it. We have to look for the mole. Because you're not actually ginger, are you?
No. It's dyed hair. That's a bottle with dark brown.
And what do you think? How do you feel being ginger?
I've got used to it now.
Yeah.
It's like almost 3 years. When we told people, like we told our close friends that we were in Harry Potter. And yeah, sure, yeah. Then when we walk into school with ginger hair, everyone was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no one would do that.
No, exactly.
Who would dye their hair ginger?
톰 펠튼, 조시 허드만 그리고 제이미 웨일렛은 극 중에서 슬리데린 삼총사로 출연했는데요. 해리를 괴롭히는 악역이라 굉장히 얄밉게 나왔죠. 이들이 밖에서 사람들을 만났을 때 사람들이 어떻게 반응했을까요?
Okay, on the one hand, you are all three stars of this film, but you're also evil and mean. I wonder when you're in the street, if you're loved or loathed, Tom?
I don't know. The character you portray reflects on a lot of young kids' faces. When you meet them, they take it very. Even when you're dressed as normal as you are, and you're saying, "Please,
so what sort of things
pleased to meet you."
What do they do?
They just stare at you as if you're out of this world. Like they all want to say, "I want to meet Malfoy. I want to meet Malfoy," and when they see him, they're like,
you shouldn't get so close.
Yeah, and that's back away. I don't want to speak to you.
루퍼트가 배우로 돈을 벌어 무엇을 구입했는지 다니엘이 그의 수집품 목록을 말해주네요. 아이스크림 트럭, 호버크라프트, 라마 그리고 앵무새까지. 루퍼트는 정말 꿈과 같은 인생을 사는 것 같네요.
I will just give you a quick list of what is the Grint menagerie at the moment. In terms of cars, I think he's just sold.
Has he got the ice cream van still?
He's still got the ice cream van.
Oh, really?
He's
I
got
love to think of him in an ice
got a
cream
hovercraft now as well.
Got a
Hovercraft, and we had a bright orange Range Rover with blacked out windows. And he said, I'm selling it. And I said, why? He said, that's the colour. Which is presumably why I bought it in the first place. But he's now got like amazing pets, and he's got like llamas and peacocks, and
Llamas?
he basically has done, you know, with his money what the rest of us would have done with our money what we said we'd all do when we were 7, you know, and just have
Isn't
the kind
that
of Willy
brilliant?
Wonka house.
I'm really
It's
happy.
brilliant.
I'm really pleased
we
about
always,
that.
We always make jokes about Rupert because we always
He's
think
living
he's
the
sort
dream.
of he is living the dream, and we always say he gets out of bed just into the water flume down to the breakfast table. That's how he sort of travels around his house.
우리가 해리포터 배우들의 팬인 것처럼 다니엘, 루퍼트 그리고 엠마도 좋아하는 연예인이 있겠죠. 당시 불의 잔 개봉 직후인데 한창 사춘기 때라 부끄러워하는 모습이 재밌네요.
I'm sure your fans will be eager to know this. If we could portkey you into anybody's house,
right.
Who are you a fan of? Who would you most like to spend? Because you'll probably get to meet them. Who would you most like to meet?
I don't know. I've recently got quite into golf. I've been playing that for a couple of years. Probably Tiger Woods, probably.
Is that right? You know he'd beat you.
Yeah, he probably would. Yeah.
Well, Rupert's really good, actually. I've never actually seen, but I have heard that Rupert is very, very good.
Probably not
Can you
quite.
practice at Leavesden?
Yeah, they built a little driving range.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just for you?
Well, no, some of the crew play golf as well. So, yeah, that's quite good.
Okay, so he wants, rather unromantically, he wants to be portkeyed into Tiger Woods'. If you could get portkeyed into anybody's house?
Well, I don't know. Because, I mean, it doesn't make any difference if you get in, and they'd probably chuck you out again anyway if they really didn't want to see you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, probably developing huge crush on Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman?
Yeah, and also probably Scarlett Johansson as well. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but though, I mean, I don't know if they live in the same house.
Moment.
But,
Are you regretting the Tiger Woods answer now? You both go. You can both go, because portkeys can take a lot of people.
Exactly,
You can both hang on, and then Scarlett and Natalie will be
there waiting
at the other side. What about you?
I'm panicking. I can't think of anyone.
Tiger Woods. He's available.
Tiger Woods is free now. He's feeling.
Well,
he's feeling rejected.
해리포터에 참여하며 배우란 직업을 가지게 되었는데 혹시 이 선택에 후회한 적 있냐는 질문에 답하는 삼총사입니다.
Ever have any moments when you think I wish I hadn't got on this roller coaster?
No, it's never really changed my life, really. I get recognised a little bit, because obviously now I've got this sort of hair, I sort of stand out a bit. But other than that, nothing's really
Is there a
changed
traditional reaction? Is there one thing people yell at you in the street? Which people watching this DVD will now know not to do?
Yeah. Well, no, not really. They're just always pretty positive about the film and that. I get called Ron most of the time.
Yeah.
But you can expect that.
I think like everything, there'll always be moments. I think that's just life generally. But I think if anyone asked me, you know, if you could turn back time and you would either go to the audition or you wouldn't, there'd be absolutely no way I wouldn't go. You know, I mean, all the things that we've all got from this, achieved from it, and I mean, never ever go back.
I mean, it's really, to me, not made a huge. It really hasn't made a big difference. Yeah, I get recognised, but I mean it's not like people are coming up to me and throwing bricks or anything. You know, they're always so positive and complimentary that it's like it's not a big deal at all. You know, I mean, there's never any question that I would not want to do this, because also what's great about it is that I sort of, it's really helped me with sort of confidence in terms of doing the films. Your confidence does, I think, grow. And I think also it's at school it's great being here because I just feel so sort of comfortable on the set. Whereas I never did hugely at school, and so it's great being here because it's like a set, a place where I really love.
Right, it sort of is your place. It's become that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sort of interested in everything that's going on, really, whereas I never really was at school.
Yeah, I think we've gained so much from it. From, you know, three people of our age who obviously love acting. Harry Potter's given us this amazing chance to break into an industry which is really difficult to get into. We've had the chance to travel. We've worked with the best British actors and actresses. I mean, I think we've pretty much got everyone in there now. I mean, I don't know who's sort of left. We've done so well.
해리포터가 아직까지 사랑받는 이유라면 캐릭터의 성장 영화를 넘어 배우들의 성장 영화기도 하죠. 우린 이들이 자라나면서 우정을 쌓아가는 모습을 봐왔습니다. 해리, 론, 그리고 헤르미온느처럼 다니엘, 루퍼트, 그리고 엠마는 우리 기억 속에 삼총사로 남을 겁니다.
Hard to believe. It'll be us leaving one day.
It's impossible to say really why these films are so popular, but something about those three, Harry and Hermione and Ron, exploring the themes of friendship and betrayal and trust and fear and courage and love, has engrossed the whole world.
And the relationship between the three of them in the films simply has translated into life. There they are. They have the same relationship between Rupert, Dan and Emma as between the characters.
Obviously we've been through a lot together. We've been through this whole experience together, and we've got quite a strong bond in that sense.
To see them on film and to see how far they've come, they've really developed into some fine, wonderful actors.
A lot of the audience have grown up with them, and that's unique. There's a set of characters here that you've seen mature and develop and change. I think that's kind of a beautiful thing. There's probably no series quite like that.
해리포터 촬영 막바지에 삼총사의 인터뷰인데요. 루퍼트는 함께 자라온 친구들과 스태프들이 모두 그리울 거라네요.
We've actually been kind of riding our bikes all through the sets and stuff. I was with Oliver actually, and we kind of snuck into the studios when it was dark. We filmed it on that little camera actually. Yeah, this is the Great Hall. It's exactly 12 o'clock at night. It's kind of weird riding through the Great Hall and doing stuff like that. It's good.
That was creepy.
We'll go and do that again.
So what are you going to miss most?
Miss most about? I don't know really. Everything, I suppose. Just all the people mainly, I think. Just because it's been a crew that we've known, we've kind of grown up with. So that's going to be probably the main thing. But I think just the whole routine really, just going in every day to the same place, seeing the same people, and just not having that is going to be like, it's going to take a while to kind of adjust to and stuff. But I think it's good. I'm excited to kind of have a bit more freedom, I think. 'Cause it's been a long time. But,
You're going to miss Ron?
whenever I read the books now, I don't see myself as Ron. It's weird. I've still got my same. When I was kind of before any of the films, it was kind of my own imagination, and everyone else has replaced my kind of imagination, but except for me.
주인공 삼총사들이 11년 동안 촬영장에서 생활하면서 많은 것들을 배웠다고 하네요. 다니엘은 연출과 각본에 관심을 갖게 되었다고 하는데 가까운 미래에 다니엘이 연출한 영화를 보고 싶네요.
Just because I love being here, and also, frankly, the most interesting parts of my day are when I'm not on camera, because then I actually get to watch other people doing their stuff, and those are the moments that you have to stick around for, because that's how you learn how a film set really runs. I've spent more time on a film set in the last 10 years than a lot of people do in their careers. So I have learned a lot, and I've seen how film sets work, and I would love to get behind the camera at some point. Hopefully I'll start thinking about directing or writing.
So as it gets wider, the features get smaller. I guess I want to work in as many different industries as I can. Music, film, fashion. There's so many things I want to do. If I had been an actress, I would have been quite happy. Doing makeup. It's really fun.
Originally it was Ice Cream Man. That was it, that was the dream. I think that's been such a great experience.
What do you feel you should be doing here?
Because it's kind of put me on the path to what I really want to do and keep acting.
다니엘은 10년 전 해리포터에 캐스팅되었을 때 꼬마였던 자신에게 어떤 충고를 줄 거냐는 질문을 받게 됩니다.
If you could look back to 10-year-old Dan who's just about to embark on this journey, what would you say to him to prepare him?
Have a good time. I don't know, what else would I say? I mean,
Is there an essence that you sort of go, don't get too carried away with it, don't believe the hype, or...
I don't think I tell myself anything that the 10-year-old me hadn't already sort of had. I was very unfazed by it all. Like I didn't believe the hype, and I didn't get too swept up by it, and I always had fun, and I didn't, so I don't know if there's anything I would say to him. Well, that sounds awfully smug, but I think any of the mistakes that I've made that I could give myself clues to when I'm 10, I wouldn't, because it's essential that I make them. And they've absolutely formed a huge part of the person that I am, along with everything else in my life. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd just probably tell him to not eat the food in the Great Hall after the third day of a scene.
엠마는 자신을 진정으로 이해해 줄 수 있는 친구는 이 세상에 다니엘과 루퍼트뿐이라고 말합니다. 영화는 끝났지만 그들의 우정은 앞으로가 더 중요하다는 말이 감동적이네요.
There must be a very special bond between you and Dan and Rupert. A bond that only the three of you can really understand, because right back from that first experience, the first day you turn up and you playing these characters, and that first premiere, the three of you have always been there. You've been there next to each other, so you know what it's like on the inside, being Harry, Hermione, and Ron.
Yeah.
And that must be something very unique.
Yeah, I have moments where I feel quite isolated by the uniqueness of my life experience. You know, I'll never be able to explain to anyone that I meet new that what my life has been like or what it's all like, really. You kind of have to be in it. So they are the only two other people in the world who I don't have to explain myself, and they just know. They've done everything with me, and that bond that we have, I think, even more than it is to us now, I feel like when this is over, our friendship will have a new importance for the three of us, because I think when it's over, we'll need each other more than we do even now, really.
Me and Michael are going to go busking in Covent Garden in our costumes this weekend. It's going to be...
We're just going to keep the costumes on and just busk.
Yeah, see, look at this.
Let's start the song.
Emma Watson, on the phone, on set. On the bed. On the bed, with her shoes on. Thank you.
재밌게 보셨다면 구독과 좋아요 꼭 부탁드리고 더 궁금한 점이나 공유하고 싶으신 이야기가 있으시다면 댓글로 남겨주세요. 그럼 저는 최대한 빠른 시일 내로 유익한 영상으로 다시 돌아오겠습니다. 지금까지 WOO였습니다.